Okay, day 309 of the Quran challenge. Today we start verse 155, Surah Ali Imran. But before we begin, we'll be reading Surah Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. الحمد لله رب العالمين. All praise for Allah, Lord of all worlds. الرحمن الرحيم. The most compassionate, most merciful. مالك يوم الدين, Master of the Day of Judgment. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us along the straight path. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen. The path of those you are blessed, not those you are displeased with, or those who are astray. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين تولوا منكم يوم التقى الجمعان إنما استزلهم الشيطان ببعد ما كسبوا ولقد عفى الله عنهم إن الله غفور حليم. Indeed, those believers who fled on the day when the two armies met were made to slip by Satan because of their misdeeds. But Allah has pardoned them. Surely Allah is all forgiving, most forbearing. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تكونوا كالذين كفروا وقالوا لإخوانهم إذا ضربوا في الأرض أو كانوا غزا لو كانوا عندنا ما ماتوا وما قتلوا ليجعل الله ذلك حسرة في قلوبهم والله يحيي ويميت والله بما تعملون بصير. O believers, do not be like the unfaithful who say about their brothers who travel throughout the land or engage in battle, if they had stayed with us, they would not have died or been killed. Allah makes such thinking a cause of agony in their hearts. It is Allah who gives life and causes death, and Allah is all seeing of what you do. The hypocrites. ولئن قتلتم في سبيل الله أو متم لمغفرة من الله ورحمة خير مما يجمعون. Should you be martyred or die in the cause of Allah, then His forgiveness and mercy are far better than whatever wealth those who stay behind accumulate. ولئن متم أو قتلتم لا إلى الله تحشرون. Whether you die or are martyred, all of you will be gathered before Allah. فبما رحمة من الله لنت لهم ولو كنت فزا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعف عنهم واستغفر لهم وشاورهم في الأمر فإذا عزمت فتوكل على الله إن الله يحب المتوكلين. It is out of Allah's mercy that you, O Prophet, have been lenient with them. Had you been cruel or hard-hearted, they would have certainly abandoned you. So pardon them, ask Allah's forgiveness for them, and consult with them in conducting matters. Once you make a decision, put your trust in Allah. Surely Allah loves those who trust in Him. إن ينصركم الله فلا غالب لكم وإن يخذلكم فمن ذا الذي ينصركم من بعد وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. If Allah helps you, none can defeat you. But if He denies you help, then who else can help you? So in Allah, let the believers put their trust. وما كان لنبي أن يغل ومن يغل يأت بما غل يوم القيامة ثم توفى كل نفس ما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون. It is not appropriate for a prophet to illegally withhold spoils of war, and whoever does so, it will be held against them on the Day of Judgment. Then every soul will be paid in full for what it has done, and none will be wronged. أفمن اتبع رضوان الله كمن باع بسخط من الله ومأواه جهنم وبئس المصير. Are those who seek Allah's pleasure like those who deserve Allah's wrath? Hell is their home. What an evil destination. هم درجات عند الله والله بصير بما يعملون. They each have varying degrees in the sight of Allah, and Allah is all seeing of what they do. لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. Indeed, Allah has done the believers a great favor by raising a messenger from among them, reciting to them His revelation, purifying them, and teaching them the book and wisdom, for indeed they had previously been clearly astray. أولما أصابتكم مصيبة قد أصبتم مثليها قلتم أنى هذا قل هو من عند أنفسكم إن الله على كل شيء قدير. Why is it when you suffered casualties at Uhud, although you had made your enemy suffer twice as much at Badr, you protested? How could this be? Say, O Prophet, it is because of your disobedience. Surely Allah is most capable of everything. وما أصابكم يوم التقى الجمعان فبإذن الله وليعلم المؤمنين. So what you suffered on the day the two armies met was by Allah's will, so that He might distinguish the true believers. وَلِيَعْلَمَ الَّذِينَ نَافَقُوا وَقِيلَ لَهُمْ تَعَالَوْا قَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَوِ ادْفَعُوا قَالُوا لَوْ نَعْلَمُ قِتَالًا لَاتَّبَعْنَاكُمْ هم للكفر يومئذ أقرب منهم للإيمان يقولون بأفواههم ما ليس في قلوبهم والله أعلم بما يكتمون. And exposed the hypocrites. When it was said to them, come fight in the cause of Allah, or at least defend yourself, they replied, if we had known there was fighting, we would have definitely gone with you. They were closer to disbelief than to belief on that day, for saying with their mouths what was not in their hearts, and Allah is all knowing of what they hide. الذين قالوا لإخوانهم وقعدوا لو أطاعونا ما قتلوا قل فادرءوا عن أنفسكم الموت إن كنتم صادقين. Those who sat at home saying about the brothers, had they listened to us, they would not have been killed. Say, O Prophet, try not to die if what you say is true. You try not to die when your time comes. ولا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون. Never think of those martyred in the cause of Allah as dead. In fact, they are alive with their Lord, well provided for. فرحين بما آتاهم الله من فضله ويستبشرون بالذين لم يلحقوا بهم من خلفهم ألا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. Rejoicing in Allah's bounties and being delighted for those yet to join them. There will be no fear for them, nor will they grieve. يستبشرون بنعمة من الله وفضل وأن الله لا يضيع أجر المؤمنين. They are joyful for receiving Allah's grace and bounty, and Allah does not deny the reward of the believers. الذين استجابوا لله والرسول من بعد ما أصابهم القرح للذين أحسنوا منهم واتقوا أجر عظيم. As for those who responded to the call of Allah and His Messenger after their injury, those of them who did good and were mindful of Allah will have a great reward. The Prophet ﷺ realized that the city of Medina became vulnerable after the Muslim loss at Uhud. So on the next day of the battle, he decided to lead a small force of his companions, many of whom had been wounded at Uhud, to chase away the Meccan army, which was camping at a place called Hamra al-Asad, not far from Medina. Abu Sufyan, commander of the Meccan army, sent a man to discourage the Muslims from following the Meccans. Although the man falsely claimed that the Meccans were mobilizing to launch a decisive attack on Medina, the Prophet became more determined to chase them away. Eventually, the Meccans decided to flee and not waste their victory after the Prophet sent a revert to Islam who was friends of Abu Sufyan to convince him to withdraw. Otherwise, Muslims were going to avenge their loss at Uhud. الذين قال لهم الناس إن الناس قد جمعوا لكم فاخشوهم فزادهم إيمانا وقالوا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. Those who were warned, your enemies have mobilized their forces against you, so fear them. The warning only made them grow stronger in faith, and they replied, Allah alone is sufficient as an aid for us, and He is the best protector. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May Allah accept the citation. May Allah forgive me if I made any mistakes or reciting. May Allah forgive all the sins. Ameen. May Allah grant us Jannah al-Firdaus. Ameen. May Allah protect us from the torment of the hellfire. Ameen. May Allah grant us shifa from this recitation. Ameen. Inshallah, tomorrow I'll be starting verse 170 of Surah Ali Imran. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.